Welcome back. Now we're going to work with files. Now files are very important if you want to save some data outside the runtime of your program. Now you have to use the open method, which Python provides by default to work with files. So let's get right into it. Now the open method has 3 modes, and we're going to discuss each of these modes in simple detail. It's not that complicated. Now to make a file, first you have to do is use the open method, provide the name of the file with the extension, for example file.txt, let's say, and apples.txt sounds better. And then I want to provide the mode. Now there are 3 kinds of mode. One is the write mode. Let me write that out for you. There is a write mode, which is represented as a second parameter. Here you pass the mode as W. The read mode is represented as R, and append mode is represented as A, and we'll discuss them now. So let's make functions for each of these methods. Let's comment this out and create a function for write method that we created just now. Write file, and we take a file path or file name and stuff, whatever stuff you want to put in the file. So you open a file first and you're like, okay, I've opened a file apples.txt, and now I want to, what mood am I in? I want to use a write mode because I'm writing to a file. Now I want to use the write method inside file and write that stuff, and it'll write easily, no problem. And then make sure that you close it. It's very important that you close the file after you have done your business. Now let's run this, right? Let's try to run this. Write file name is apples.txt. Again, there's a mistake here. You're gonna give it file name from the function called apples.txt, and I'm passing my stuff as yo what's up python files.py, and as you can see apples.text is right here, yo what's up. Now I want to read this. How do I read this? Let's do it. Now I want to share another thing. If I run this again, like yo nothing is up, see what happens. This will change because what write mode does is that it overwrites the whole thing. It writes the whole thing again. It deletes the file and then writes it all over again. That's how write works, so make sure you remember that. Now I want to read. How do I read? Well, let's make a function for that so we can use it again. Read file, again file name. Just open the file with the file name, which is in the present directory, and use the read mode, which is R, as provided in the string. Now I want to use the file.read method, and file.read method will give me all the string that is present in the file. It will read the file and give me the file back in text. So I can print this directly, or I can store it here, like, oh well, my stuff just made it out of the file and now I'm gonna print it. Very simple. Let's try to read the stuff that was here. Yo, nothing is up. Okay, read file. File name is apples.txt. Make sure that this file actually exists. If it doesn't, it will throw you an error. And we're gonna deal with error handling in the right next lecture. Yo, nothing is up. If that doesn't exist, it'll say, no man, what's up? I cannot even find the file that you're asking about. So make sure that you do that right there. You do specify the file that already exists. Now append file. Append file is also very simple. I'm going to show you just right now. File name and stuff. Now again, you open the file. Again, I made a mistake here. You have to close it every time you do that, and open the file with file name, and this time with an append mode. Very simple difference between them. Now I wanna write to this, and this time when I write, it will not delete the whole file, it'll just add to the end. Let me show you. Now if this time if I append file and I append something is definitely up, nothing is up, something definitely is up. So you think it added exactly right after it. That's what append means, and that's what append actually does here. Now this is all we had to deal with files. Now in the next lecture we're going to deal with error handling, which is very important. Sometimes you know that the error is going to be thrown, and that's when you deal with that kind of an error using error handling. So I'll see you in the next one, which is, I guess, almost the last lecture for this section. And from the next section we'll start using these things to build our first project. So stick along.